Welcome back to Growth Catalyst Hub. In our channel, we focus on three things: skills, productivity, turbocharging your career. In today's episode, we are going to look at the critical 15 skills which can turbocharge your career. In today's world where AI is replacing all human beings at very fast rate, it is important to understand and learn the critical skills which can take your game up. What are going to be critical for your survival, which are going to be important for turbocharging your career. Some of these skills can be learned absolutely at zero cost. Zero cost. There are podcasts available, there are YouTube videos available, there are courses available completely free of cost. And today's world, if you have just a mobile phone and Wi-Fi connection, you are set on your course to learn these skills. What are these skills? How can you learn them? Why are these important? Let's jump in. Skill number one in my list is writing. Yes, you heard that right. Writing. People think only technical skills like learning a computer language is very high in technical skills. Sorry, I beg to differ. Simple things like writing, which ensures that you are able to think very well, or very critical skills. A lot of people don't have this skill, and worse, a lot of people don't even know that they don't have this skill. You write a proposal, you put a tweet, you write a comment. All of these are writing skills. It's not just writing one essay like we used to do in our college or school. That is not the only writing skill that is out there. It is important to appreciate that every time you put pen on paper or every time you put your finger on your keyboard, you are writing something. And you need to think about who is going to receive it. You need to think about what is the message that you are wanting to give. You need to think about what are the right words to choose so that all of this will come together and form the best way of sending that message to the right person. When you miss even one ingredient in the set of things that I spoke about, you miss the bus in terms of communicating your message. So practice writing. There are writing courses. There are writing courses for various kind of people, non-technical people, technical people, how to write technical things, how to write not technical things, how to communicate. As you go up the ladder, you may be sending thousands of emails in the course of the year. As you go up the ladder, you will be receiving thousands of email and replying to all of them. And all of them need this critical skill of writing. So get that writing right. Very important. Number two in my list of critical skills that people need to learn, acquire is storytelling. Story listening is something that we have been doing from a very young age, and we also engage in storytelling from very young age without even realizing it. We tell stories, we engage in stories, we watch movies, we watch podcasts, we watch Netflix, we watch Prime videos, all of them listening to, watching into stories. And somewhere we also tell stories of ourselves, what kind of a person I am, what kind of a life I'm going to lead. All of that is a story that I tell to myself. And every time we stand up in a podium, in a meeting, every time we add a comment in a meeting, every time we speak to anyone, we actually tell stories. Stories about ourselves, stories about our ideas, stories about what we want the other person to do. So get that storytelling right. What is the structure of a story? How do you tell a story and why you want to tell that story? Learn the ingredients of storytelling. There are hundreds of courses available on YouTube. When you learn storytelling, it forms a critical ingredient of skill learning in your life, which will take your life up in no time at all. If you are in sales, if you are in marketing, if you are in any position which requires influencing people, storytelling is going to be an absolutely invaluable skill. Learn that. Number three in my list is coding. You heard that right again. Coding. People may talk about no coding skills. People may talk about no coding app and so on. Yes, there are available. Yes, those make your life very easy in terms of building any app that you want to without ever coding anything. However, coding as a skill is still a very essential skill in my book, simply because it trains you to think. Instructing a computer to do a set of things, instructing very specifically, do this, after this, do this, after this, do this. If this is the condition, do this. If this is the condition, do this. If this is the condition, do this. Check for this and then do this. All of this pushes you to think specifically, pushes you to think structurally, pushes you to think systematically. And the thinking skill is what I'm after. When you learn coding, you're not learning to code in a particular language. You are learning to think in a broad sense of the term. So go ahead, learn coding. There are so many free coding learning platforms available today. Learn from them. Just Google, just ChatGPT. You will find all of them. But start learning coding. Next on my list is graphic design. If you're a creative person, if you have a creative bent of the mind, if you love putting together things, if you love doodling, if you love drawing, if you love putting things together, graphic design may be a lovely pursuit that you may want to check out if you have not already checked out. There are again free tools available. There are again free courses available. And in today's day and age where people are looking at building websites, every single person is looking at building websites of their own. It is the graphic design as a skill is becoming more and more an important one. Today's world is not just spoken word. Today's world is a creative world where people show things visually, pictures, videos, and so on. And therefore, graphic design plays a crucial part in all of them. So you may want to check out what graphic design courses are available, whether you are really interested in graphic design. You need to explore for you to even figure out whether you are even interested. So go figure out, learn, understand whether you are the person who would love the skill. And if you love the skill, learn the skill. Thousands of platforms are available completely free of cost. A very close cousin of graphic design is a UI design. If you're somebody who loves apps, if you're somebody who loves clean interfaces, if you're somebody who loves pushing people in a particular way to do a particular task, if you're a person who loves coding, and UI design does not necessarily require coding, but if you're somebody who likes intuitive ways of exploring websites, exploring things, then UI design may be your particular skill. Explore in case you have not explored whether you love the skill. And again, there are hundreds of free courses available. You can learn the skill in no time at all if you love that skill. Figure out whether you love it, start learning. Next one on my list is community building. It's a bit of a meta skill, but a lot of people are intuitively people who love pulling together people, putting together teams, and who love building communities. If you're a person who has been a monitor in your school, if you're a person who has been a class leader, if you're a person who loves gathering people, telling them stories, if you're a person who loves pulling together people, instructing them what to do, getting people to do things for you, then you may be already doing community building without you ever realizing what you are doing. Try this out. If you are a person who puts a Facebook page and gets people to subscribe to the page, if you're a person who builds a community of any sort, then you are already doing that. But if you are able to formally learn about how to go about building communities, it is a leadership skill, it is a meta skill, it's a skill which pays very, very rich dividends. So go ahead, formally learn that skill, formally learn the parts and parcels of key components of that skill, and you will be on your way to absolutely insane riches. Next one on my list is the simple art of photography. Photography was a very, very big skill once upon a time before the advent of digital cameras. Today, every single person is a photographer, and there lies the opportunity for specialist photographers. Today, because the equipments are available in plenty and everybody is taking photographs, doesn't mean that everybody knows photography. So if you're a person who loves the creative side of life, if you're a person who has an eye for detail, if you're a person who loves to take photographs and displays and so on, then you may want to learn photography in a formal manner so that what are the angles, what are the shadows, and how to get rid of those shadows, how to put things together, how to take a shot in a creative manner. All of that would come in very, very handy if you learn photography in a formal manner. And in today's world where marketing of every single sort requires product shots, requires creative product shots, photography, good photography can play a key role in that. And if you're a good photographer, creative photographer, you will have those skills coming and display and helping those marketers. We talked about 15 different skills. All of these skills are going to be insanely useful when you learn more about it, when you learn formally about it, when you learn the technical side and the non-technical softer side of the skills. You'll be able to judge for yourself whether you love this skill, whether you have the appetite for the skill, and whether you can make a living out of this skill. And yes, a lot of people are already doing that. Go ahead, figure out, learn, pick up some of these skills, and wishing you all the very best for your learning and getting rich. See you in our next episode.